We are going live. Hello, welcome, welcome. Bonjour, bienvenue. How are you? Comment ça va? I am looking right quick to see the jungle's edge. The jungle's edge. E-D-G-E. Le bord de la jungle. And how's it pronounced? I mean, I know their pronunciations are bad, but hi, hi, welcome. This is New Masseque. I'm Roz Lydian. This is Sunday City Sundays, and I am doing tours of my 3 Minecolonies cities. This is the 12th. This is Minecolonies in Minecraft 12. So welcome. And here we go. I'm going to change my view. And I'm going to get started. I have a couple things that happened in this past week, and I'm going to start with those. One of the first things that happened last week was that we had all the children who were in school take vacation. And so the only people who are left in school, going to school on a regular basis, hello, I see you, welcome, welcome. I am just getting started. I was explaining that all the young adults are on vacation and the only ones left in school are the actual teachers. So Aurora and Kaylee are teachers, and Isabella is a kid. And there's Charity. She's the principal of the first school. New Masseque is the last city, and it actually has 2 other schools. It has a first school. It has the second school, which is this school down here, would be the equivalent of our high school, and then it has university. And this school is Josian is the principal of this school. Charity is the principal of the first school. And it's not grade school and high school because these people in these colonies do not start school until they're young adults. In Minecolonies 15, there starts to be school for children, but right now there is not. Children get to play and be free until they become young adults, and then they start studying. And the reason why we are having them not be in school, having them have vacation, is because it's time for them to decide what type of craft they would like to do, what relationships they would like to have. And when they're in school, they're too focused on school to think about any of those things. They don't wander around, and so we want them to wander and see where they end up. And so all of the kids from the second school are gone. This is Sam Y, who is the senior of the Sams, Sam Aylmer. He named his son Sam K. So he's a teacher, but his son is a student, and he is out of school right now. There's Isaiah. He's also out of school. And this is the university. And we didn't have as many kids in the university. We mostly have teachers and people studying teaching in the university, but let's look, and yep. So we still have Cecily is here. She's a teacher. And Julia is a teacher. And who is the last person we have here? I do not see anyone. So let's go down. I believe that one of the things that I did here last week was I No, I haven't done anything. Ah, yes. So, who's missing from here? And that's very curious. In this version of Minecolonies in New Masseque, Wilmot should still be listed here. Manage workers. Manage workers because Wilmot Cheddar is the dean of this university, and I am going to do what I did in New Mombasa, and I'm going to get a sign right now and put it on the dean's office door. Oh, there it is, and put it on the dean's door. So we're going to show dean's office right here, and I know, there we go, all caps, DEAN's office, and the dean is Wilmot, MOT, Cheddar, EDDAR, and there we go. So Wilmot Cheddar, she's been the dean all along. It just wasn't a sign. There wasn't a flag. So this is the university. So all three schools, all the kids are out of school. All the young adults are out of school. I'm going to go upstairs in City Hall and use the emergency beds that are up here. I haven't done anything with the City Hall, and it's interesting that I haven't. It's set up like a Red Cross center, like if there was a catastrophe to the city, that everyone would come here and get care, and this would be the headquarters for whatever was going on, and that's what it looks like to me. So it's very curious, and it looked like that before this pandemic. It's even heightened by the fact that there is a pandemic. But this is City Hall in the jungle. One of the things that we worked on this week was that this shopping center got completed, and we changed some things in regard to it. We took away all the torches, but I just love it. It's absolutely beautiful. Here's a little shop right here, which is really nice, and I would love to decide what they're going to sell. Here's another little shop right here, a little smaller shop. And then upstairs here, you have an entire, I thought it was going to be like a food court up here, but I'm not sure. It kind of looks like a food court, like some place that sells specialty foods, like you would get special pastries, or you would get special jams, or you would get specially smoked meats or things like that. And they do have a little place to sit, but not really. You're just supposed to take the food away and take it home and have it. And so this is a market. So that is one of the things that's done. Yes, we noticed this in Friday when our last stream on Mixer, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's not technically there. So it's a glitch in the matrix, that construction tape right there. So because this was finished, and the reason that this is located here, we actually had an apartment building on this spot. The second Acacia Apartments that we had in New Masseque was located on this spot, but this is the center of town, and so I wanted this marketplace to be somewhere where they would actually have to walk through. The next thing that we did was to connect it to the roads that actually exist in this location. So we connected it to this road here, which is a very important road. but we also connected it to this road, which took some doing. We actually had to use sort of a jogging pattern of Jungle Road, and that made it that we are going to do the same thing with road here that we're doing in other parts of the city, and that this, I wonder if I should, I think I will. I don't. I'll have to think how I feel about that not being connected. It's meant to be. This is the road, and this is the builder's building entrance, and we have some others like that that aren't connected. And so far, I think that's how it's going to be. So one of the things that has been one of the things that has been happening in New Masseque is roads. We have begun to replace the dirt paths and the temporary boardwalks that were built and make them into roads. Now this is as far as Thomas got in this last week, was putting in this stone. He's going to continue and put stone in here, and then this is actually made by me, and I would like to have them make this stone area here. And I'm going to decide, I think the way I'm going to do it is just go ahead and have a straight and then just connect that straight to another straight that goes off this way. This is still road that I made. This is road that I made right up to here, right up to this fence. And then this becomes Isaiah's farm, and this is road that the farm put in. Now I'm in the process of taking out these glowstones in the road that belongs to the farm, but it is a way of telling which parts of this road were actually the farm. This walkway, this jagged walkway, is actually built by the builders, and so are these stairs. Yes, so are these stairs right here. So this is an actual correct road. I'm just going to take the glowstone out of the parts of the road. What is it going to be lit with? Fireflies. Right now, I'm definitely enjoying fireflies. Let me just go down and see what Lily is doing down here, and that she's not stuck. No, she's not stuck. She's examining. She's just wandering around. She's one of the kids. The other thing that we did new was this has been Mildred's shop for some time. Mildred's barn. Mildred joined Elias in taking care of his farm. Hi, Lily. Let me get an axe. Let me get an iron axe. She can now use iron axes because we brought up this is what we did. We had her in a small barn, and is she asking for an axe?
Yes,
Oh, she's not. She's actually asking for a hoe. Okay, so let me put these away. I know I'm not supposed to be doing anything in this tour, but I am sort of doing this since I happen to be here. She needs one of these, so let us give her a couple of these, and she can put them away if she wants. I'm going to put them right here, and then I'm going to go here. If she doesn't accept them,
Not good enough,
she should accept them, but she is not. Let me see if I cancel the request, if she is okay. We'll see if she comes back and asks for one of those again. Let us see. Is it Lily? Yes. Lily, you're going to end up being a farmer. You are indeed. You're hanging around the farm. So this was only a level 2 farm before, and we decided to make it a level 3 when we were looking at farms to add another farmhand to to Elias's farm. We realized that we could make Mildred's farm building one more larger, and that it would be okay. It would not be too big. But when we did that, it took away all the special lighting. It took away all of the extra touches that we had, and it took away this tree right here. Luckily, we can put this tree back, and that's what we will do. That's why we didn't take it away on top, so that we can bring it back. I think we can bring, nope, this tree's not here, but I think we can put that tree back since we can see it. And this is the flower farm that belongs to Frederic. Frederic lives in this house over here. Yes, some of the tree being missing, this large oak, is because of the builder, Thomas, I believe, building out this barn. So Frederic works here, and her chosen, Landon, who is an environmentalist, works up here in the composter center. And we can get to Landon's shop, where he runs the composter, by going up these stairs right here. And I just noticed that. So we never finished getting these down to the bottom. The stairs that they built actually came to right here, and then we were supposed to continue this down to the ground. And we can do that. We can do that, most definitely. But this is the composter. I haven't done anything with this yet. I just wanted to have him. The sun is going down. He's going to go home in just a minute. And there he goes. And I think I am going to stay here in this building, and I'm going to take advantage of this nice soft rug and sleep. I'm just waiting for Frederic to go home, and she's on her way home, and she will be there in a moment. And so I'm going to go to sleep right here. So Thomas worked on Mildred's farm building, but Noah is working on another farm. And here's the thing. So when we decided we were going to have another farmer, I actually cleared this area because I was standing here and going, this is perfect, right between these two fields. This is wonderful. Let's build it here. I cleared this away, and even Thomas had even started chopping down some of the trees, and he was working on it when I realized this right here. There is absolutely no clear path to the road from here. We cannot break through here because that, ladies and gentlemen, is the hut block. So right smack dab in the middle of this area. So what's going to happen here, this was always like this. This oak tree was growing out of the remains of this jungle tree. So that was probably struck by lightning and burned down, but the oak tree grew up out of it years and years later. These trees will be returned to their gorgeousness, and then we will return the ground cover. Some of these small pieces here are actually ground cover bushes, and we will return all of those so that this part of the jungle returns to being jungle, because we moved it over here. We moved it over here so that we could actually have this part for them to get to. Now see, I'm jumping over this part right here, this layer, this level. I will probably this coming week dig that out and remove that. It's just a portion right here. We could just remove this entire portion and it would be fine. The melons would have to grow someplace else, but these are wild melons, and we have melons in our fields right here. So here's another place where we're going to have to return some of these trees once he gets done, and we can happily do that. And Noah is in the process of building this farm. This farm is going to be for Isaiah, and it is close enough that Isaiah is more than likely either going to take over this melon patch of Elias's, or he's going to take over this patch. And what is Elias growing here? Let me click on, oh, carrots. Okay, so he's either going to do one or the other of those. Elias is a level 5 farmer, so in actuality he can take care of all 5 farms by himself, but because we need more jobs for people to do, he is going to share the work of his farm with his chosen Mildred and with Elias. Now let me look at his name. Yes, he is an Aylmer. So Isaiah, I said with Elias. Isaiah is actually a younger either cousin or nephew of Elias's, and he is about to join him in this farm, which is going to be really fun. Yes, see, we can take away all of this right here, all of this part that is raised up, and that will make it easy to get to the new farm area right here. So this farm is done. I recognize that. This farm is done when it looks like this. And sure enough, it said finished, Farmer 1. So this is what will happen tomorrow, that I will have Isaiah assigned to this farm, and he will continue. So, and we will continue with this. And just as a reminder to myself, on this tour, I'm just going to cut right through here so that we remember that that is what we want to do, and that will be good. So deciding to have this farm, and Isaiah being one of the people who was in consideration to take this position, was something we did during the week. Isaiah is actually not from the most recent kids. He's from the kids before, and he did not have a position yet. Someone else who did not have a position before was a kid who is the same age, who came in at the same time as Isaiah, and that is Cecily Aylmer. And we have talked about it, but I'm going to talk about it again, that the Aylmer name came in with Josiane, who is the principal of the second school. She emigrated, and she had that name. And when she came in, she was staying with Noah's parents. Noah's parents were glad to invite some of the young people in. She came in as an adult, and Noah was an adult. Roland was an adult at that time. So they had these 3 young people, and Noah fell in love with her and she with him. And so when she told Noah that she had a child already, he was like, that's fine. And of course, he would be, because his father accepted him as a child already when his father chose his mother, when Noah's father chose Noah's mother. So Philippa came, and Philippa and Josian are the matriarchs of the huge Aylmer clan. Philippa and Roland had 3 sons who then went on. There are a lot of males in this family, and so that is where the Aylmer name came from. This is the blacksmith, the new blacksmith, Cecily Aylmer, and she just started just before I ended my last stream on Saturday. She just started at this blacksmith, and I started thinking about it. Now, this blacksmith was specifically built to shoe the horses and shoe the donkeys, and to actually take care of farm animals and farm instruments. And then I started thinking, well, do I want to just have one blacksmith, or should I have 2? And I decided to have 2. So Sam, one of our builders who works across the way, is her offices. Look at Felix being here. Look at Felix looking at this new construction site where we're going to have an actual blacksmith. Wouldn't that be interesting if that's what Felix is interested in? That will be curious. But Sam is building another blacksmith that is really going to be devoted to making armor more than anything. And they make armor for the city of New Masseque, and they also import armor. They have a reputation, and all the armor in the vicinity comes from this master armor blacksmith, this blacksmith who makes armor in New Masseque, and that is what that is going to be. So it'll be interesting to see who that is going to turn out, and Felix is already showing some interest. It's the reason why Isaiah was picked to be a farmer, that he was spending all his time outside. And then we also found Sam K hanging around Edmonds, and we think that Sam K might actually end up being a second fisherman for the city of New Masseque. New Masseque only has 1 fisherman so far, so having a second would be interesting. So everyone's going home. I think I'll go home. I'm going home on the new road that has been updated in this area with the stone, and this road actually is still in the process of being made. We're going to continue. All where this dark oak is going to be replaced with this kind of road here. This road is going to be the new road. This is the road that the builders are putting in. So we have places where the builders have put in the first part of the road, and it's going to be up to me to change it from this simple flat. Oh, this part I had actually done something with. Oh yeah. So when they make the road, because the road is actually supposed to be on real ground, they put in ground underneath here. But we just take that off, and we're just going to put in the jungle to replace the dark oak. The reason why all of this is dark oak, in if you are new, is because this was originally a dark oak city. There was no jungle when I first started New Masseque. There was no jungle at all. There was no what I mean by that was there was no jungle architecture. So all of these jungle buildings are relatively new. Omo is my oldest city, and I started it in February of last year. And New Mombasa was probably started probably a couple months after that, and New Masseque a couple months after that. So, in keeping sort of with some of the changes in Minecolonies, that allowed for wonderful buildings, and I was so happy to see these gorgeous jungle buildings, and we started transitioning the dark oak buildings into jungle buildings. Now this is the jungle's edge. This is the swamp. And so all the buildings in this area are ultimately going to be acacia mixed spruce or something like that, mostly acacia mixed. This duplex was just recently built, and I haven't had the opportunity to make it acacia yet, but that is what I would like to do. I don't know how that's going to happen. It's going to be really interesting. It may not. It may not happen. But that's one of the things that we're going to look at. It might just be, it's on land, it is not floating. So it might just remain the way it is, this big stone building in the swamp. And so last week, I think we started a little before last week. How we got started on roads was that we were going to have a project for Penelope, and we thought that what Penelope could do is to extend this railroad and make this railroad go across the swamp like we would like it to do, and go all the way over to the other side of the land and go right to the border, where we could in fact meet another city. The border is right here, and we could, where is my tool? I can show you very clearly. There we go. So the border's right there, and then that on the other side of this border, it would be a new city. We'd have to have a new city here. So this is what I wanted to do, is to have the railroad come completely across. And then I started looking at it and started thinking, well, if the railroad came across, wouldn't there need to be a road, like with the railroad or something? And when I was thinking about that, well, if there was a road, would it be beside it? Is there room for it? And there really isn't. As you can see, it's wedged pretty tightly between these buildings. And when I was looking out here, it was like, oh, but look at this little area here. I could actually put a train station right here. And then I saw this. Look at that. That is a road from the farmlands coming right directly across to this island right here. And that's when we started looking at roads, because we were thinking we would take a road across here to this island and have this be how the farm people get to the train station. So anyone in the farm area would catch the train here, and anyone in town would catch the train here. So but we thought about that, and that seemed like so cool. I'm using the royal we for me. I'm really talking about the townspeople. The townspeople thought about it. So then we experimented with some roads, but we decided that this is the best for the farm area. That we're going to put the concrete, the stone bricks up the middle, and they're building this, the stone bricks up the middle of the what do you call it? The trampled grass road, and that's what we have been having our builders do. So this road runs between the dairy and the new cattle ranch. Natasha is running the dairy now instead of Josiah, and Josiah is running this cattle ranch. And we did some work on the back wall of this cattle ranch because we actually started pushing back these hills here so that it wouldn't look bad. And so we made this area here, we put in this wall because we didn't want to push this particular mountain back, because this road right here came so perfectly up to the plains. And there is a zombie spy who has been a good spy because he is wearing gold boots. Wow. So that was his reward for spying on us, and now he is down in the cow area. He will probably end up in the barn when the sun comes up, or under the trees. Let me just get him back into the plains because I don't want him dying there. So we're just going to put him back here, and he'll just have to work out how he survives this morning. So it is sunrise, and so yes, so that's what we did. We actually worked on that back wall. We actually put grass in and extended this whole area so that the cows had all of this area that they could roam in. They haven't fully figured out that they have that, but they do. This is the water right here. We raised it up out of the ground and gave them a trough, and we did some work in the barn with the hay that was brought in. And upstairs, this part of the barn that you can see right up there, there's more hay. There's more hay up there, and we can come up here, and we can see it. This door is open. I probably left it open. I have not done anything with his offices yet. I was going to do something, and excuse me, hold on for a second. Sorry about that. I actually had to cough. I was apparently going to do something about it because this is empty. So I just hadn't gotten to it yet. This is something I will probably do this coming week. So that is this farm. And the way that the delivery people get to this farm is they come in through the field. these gates here, and then there are a couple ways out of this area, and this is one of them, and then the dairy farm is the same way. And there is Philippa. Philippa was a teacher for a long time, but she and Roland had loved horses, and when the militia was formed and the military was broken up and the military horses were set free, Philippa and Roland made up their mind that they were going to have a farm and they were going to have animals, especially horses. So Philippa and Roland live here, and their farm is up here where they have chickens, they have sheep, and they have horses and donkeys up in this area. This is their beautiful farm. I haven't done anything this week with it. Most of what I did the week before, like naming the horses and naming the donkeys. So that was Artax. Artax is our stallion. This is Bree, and this is Key. These are both our females. Bree and Key both had foals. I don't know whether a donkey has. This is Clip, who is Bree's foal, and Bottom, who is somewhere here, is Key's boy. There he is, who is quite a large boy at that. So larger than she is by any, definitely. And so that's what happened. We named them, and we actually got things done in this area. But this time, the most that we worked in this area was on the cattle ranch and on the blacksmith. Now this blacksmith is a level 2, and I like it like this because it has, when it starts being a level 3, it begins to close up. All of this starts being closed in, and I really liked this for a place where they would bring the horses and work on their shoes and things like that. So that's why we're going to have this Nordic design blacksmith right here that's going to work on armor. So one of the other things that we did, and I don't know, I think we did it at the beginning of the week, and I don't know whether you actually saw that we had this or not. And in conjunction with this, I'm going to check something for a minute, because I believe that that Jeremiah, who was, let me look here and see if there's any room. There actually is. We're going to put Jeremiah here. He somehow became homeless. I think he was supposed to move in here, and it just got forgotten that he was supposed to be moving in. Did I just see him just a second ago? And there is David. And David, what's happening? Why are you down there? How did you get down there? And why are you down there? I thought I fixed this, but apparently not enough to keep him out of that hole. So let's fix this part right here so that there isn't a hole right in this area. Yeah, I thought I had brought some of this up. Yes, I know I'm putting ground over top of that mulch, but that mulch is very thick, and we are just going to let it nourish the ground that we just put in. So Jeremiah is Barbara and there he is again. Do you hear that? They must be down below. There's a squishy down below. There it is, a slime. Jeremiah and Aiden are Jeremiah's son, and Aiden's the father, and Barbara is the mother. And Barbara is the chef and innkeeper of the tavern right here, which is a very upscale restaurant, hotel, and more like a restaurant bed and breakfast. And this is what she has. And Aiden and her both own these two properties. He runs the souvenir shop right here, and as part of running the souvenir shop, he grows flowers for the souvenir shop as well. And Jeremiah is their kid. Now, they were living in the duplex, and Jeremiah had the top floor bedroom in the duplex while he was just before he went out on his own while he was in school as a young adult. And then when he moved out, they moved here. This house was actually David and Paloma, the two delivery people, but they like living closer to the warehouse, and Aiden and Barbara like living closer to their actual jobs right here. But Jeremiah expressed an interest in running a restaurant, and so his mother said, okay, fine, you can run this restaurant for a while and see if you really like it. And he did. He really liked it. So he opened this lunch restaurant right here. So apparently the workers at the plant, the stone plant right over here, that is owned by the Culkins. It's owned by Mason Culkin and his nephew Grayson, who is Mason's brother Nolan's son. And they both are running this stone plant in coordination with the mine. This is Edmund, and it's his mine, Edmund Jr. actually. Do I have a piece missing here? I do. Can I just put this here so no one falls through? I know why I didn't, because I believe that these stairs weren't finished the last time I was here. But we actually joined up this road here, making this the main road and connecting it. We're connecting the processing plants with the rest of town. And so we decided to move the stairs. You can see the old stairs underneath. Whoosh! I just jumped into the water. There's the old stairs right here. And new stairs were built in front of those. And we actually are going to this week bring these stairs down. Now, when I say this week, I'm going to go into Omo on Monday, New Mombasa on Tuesday, and New Masseque on Wednesday. So Wednesday, I'll bring these stairs down to the ground and fill in this part right here so that nobody falls. And then this part of the road will probably be complete. What I think I'll do here is take this out and fill it with grass, because this was only here because there wasn't a connection between this part of the road right here and this part of the road right here that went down to them. And so that's how that happened, but now we don't need that. So we can actually give Paloma all this little area here for our own little garden. She likes to plant these tulips. We had to take away some of the area that she was using right here, and so we can give her back that area by putting in ground here that she can grow tulips on. I I might, because I'm not sure about this the way it is. I'm trying to decide whether I should go ahead and not have this side, since I can't have it here, and just have this whole thing be concrete all the way up to here, and then have this part of the road become the way this road is right here, to have that bamboo part. So instead of it being bamboo in this section, it would just be completely stone brick. I'll check on that. But Jeremiah decided that he wanted to be a restaurant owner, and this is his restaurant right here, his little fast food restaurant for the people who work in the industrial part, including for Declan and Penelope if they want to rush in somewhere and get something to eat and not want to get dressed up, because the tavern is actually more dressy. Is everything okay? I don't know. He didn't hear it. Vincentius is in headphones, so if he didn't hear that sound, then I guess it's all right. Kids maybe. Yeah. And so this is his restaurant. Hmm?
Somebody put some kids in a blender or something?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. So this was originally a level 2 dark oak restaurant, and we decided that because it was in this acacia area, and most of these buildings have acacia as a part of them, this is the reason why this is going to be interesting when I decide how I make this building be acacia. This is a mesa building that's acacia. This is a birch building that's acacia. This is dark oak. So what I decided to do, which worked really well, was to make the ceiling acacia. Now you've probably seen buildings, real buildings with acacia ceilings, and it's beautiful. But it worked really well in this restaurant, and so we decided to use this. And did you hear that? Did you hear that? That sounded like a zombie villager. That sounded like a zombie villager. Should I go down and look? I would have no idea. Gosh, I really thought that sounded like a zombie villager. Who is that? No, that's just a regular spy zombie with a wonderful, he actually has been rewarded for his spying on us, and he has this huge sword. I'm not sure where he came from, but I am taking him back to the mountain range, and he will just have to be here. If he's from the swamp, he'll be in trouble. But right now, I thought for sure I heard the low growl of a zombie villager, but I was probably wrong. But I just have to check. I'm always checking to rescue. Yeah, no, that's normal. All right. So, where was I? Oh, yes. So, this was actually, wow. We are being invaded. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but you're not supposed to be here. You can be here. Can I get him to, yes, fall down there and not be up here? Yes, I can. Okay, so um, this part, so then we took away the leaves that are normally on the top and we covered the trees that were used inside. These are always connected to large trees, and I think we even covered them on the floor. Right, and so this is the restaurant the way it looks now, and I'm really happy with how this came about and how much fun it is. So there's a cash register here and there's another one here. So I think I know I have missing torches and that's why things are spawning. I don't usually bother with them unless they're noisy, and then I put them away. And yeah, we do have someone in the neighborhood, kids in the neighborhood who are yelling, and I keep also hearing that too. Oh my gosh, I looked at the clock and it said 5555. And that's a reminder that I have to finish. So that actually is all that I did, except while I was having a conversation about where I was from. Here's some here, but I don't see any villagers. Okay. And look at that. Is that actually, nope, that's just a soldier, a regular skeleton soldier. It is not a one of the lords. And there is Roland. Roland is out in the field. Roland, why are you standing out here? So he is probably, this is probably not him. He is probably home in bed. And let's check and see. Because sometimes that happens. And actually, he is not home in bed. Interesting. So he spent the entire night out here. Yes, see, he's gone. How fascinating. Maybe he thought he needed to look in on one of his animals, and so that's what he did. This is why I don't worry about the zombies, because their fate is sealed and they will just disappear. And the skeletons, if they're smart enough, they'll run and hide somewhere, and spiders will be spiders. So that does not matter. So when I was talking during my stream, I spent a lot of time. All of this whole mountain area used to be stone, and I spent a lot of it putting more of the grass back here. I think this is a highly decorated soldier. It is. He does not have an enchanted bow. So he is a highly decorated soldier, probably a general in the army of the Lord of the Plains, but he is not one of the royal family. They have to have an enchanted bow or an enchanted sword is what they carry to, that's a sign of their royalty. So, but they have lots of zombies and lots of skeletons that are dressed in armor, really good armor, really enchanted armor. That's their reward for coming and spying on the town, because they don't really like it. And it's dangerous if they get trapped in certain areas. they could die. And so that is the reason that they get all this armor. If you see one in armor like that, that means that he's done several missions and has come back alive, and that is what happens. So that is it for right now. And when you come back next week, I will show what we did in this coming week. So on Sunday City Sundays, that is what I do. You will see what I did during the week. So if you want to see me doing it, you can go out to Mixer or to Mixer in the afternoon and Twitch in the morning, and I work in one city per day. So on this is New Masseque, so on Wednesdays and Saturdays I work in New Masseque, and then I work in the other cities on the other days, and then on Sundays, City Sundays, I show you what I did. And so you can come join me. I really appreciate your being here at Sunday City Sundays this week. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to go into the chat stream for a moment. I'm going to thank my constant thanks to my constant viewer. You know who you are, and you are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks to everyone who watched. Thanks to everyone for watching. And merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Enjoy your games and enjoy watching all the other gamers. Bye for now. Bye for now.